Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to my channel, you guys. It's been a while. It's been a few days. But I feel like I'm so happy today. And aside from books, by the way, aside from the fact that we are going to be talking about what I really feel like reading for the month of November, which might shock you because there is no fall themed book in here. Maybe one, but we'll get into that. The reason why I'm so happy today is because you're gonna laugh because it's the dumbest thing I'm happy for. But anyways, the reason why I'm happy today is because I was sick like a few days ago. For some reason, it's been 3 days later and I am no longer sick. How the heck I just like fell under the flu's radar, I don't know. But I have had the fastest cold recovery ever in my life. Usually when I get sick, I get everything at once and I'm sick for a month and it's the most miserable thing ever. And I celebrate this because I've never in my freaking life have been sick for only 3 days or 2.5 days or 3 days. I don't know. Let me just tell you what I did do and what I didn't do. I didn't take any medicated flu, liquid, symptom, nothing. What I did is just drink lots of tea with lemon and honey, lots of natural teas that help with the sore throat, that help with the immune system. And here I am coming at you almost 100% better. Maybe a little nasally still, but almost 100% better. Anyways, let's talk about why you guys are really here, okay? Let's talk about the books that I really want to read this month. There's so much. Yes, there's so much. That's all I'm going to say. For me, and given how chunky and thick these books are, I will be lucky if I even get to half of these. So in front of me, I have a total of 11 books, which is doable, really doable if the books were only 350 pages or less. Okay? Once again, I'm at it again with the very large, ambitious reading stack. But that's okay. That's why we love mood reading. We're just gonna try our best, right guys? Before we get into this video, if you haven't already, please don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. That way you never miss another one of my videos. Okay, let's get to the meat and potatoes of this video. The first book I am reading on my Kindle, and I saw somebody rant aggressively about this book back and forth because it was infuriating, and I'm like, I want to read that book. Now, bear with me because there's not a lot of good read reviews in this book. But I don't care. I really just, the reviews on Goodreads I take with a grain of salt because there's lots of people out there that bash the books that I love and vice versa. So I want to read it. This is just a contemporary romance, but it kind of, I don't think it's a love triangle, which we all hate, but it kind of seems that way because he married the wrong bride, which is what the book is called. The Wrong Bride by Katarina, I think I'm saying her name right, Katarina Maura. That's basically it. And the little blurb on it on Amazon says, she's his fiance's younger sister. He's the man she's always loved. The reason why I want to read this book so badly is because of the way this person expressed their frustrations with it, but in a good way. Because obviously we know this book is going to have a happy ending, but we get frustrated with the main male character because he is too stupid to see that the actual person that he fell in love with was his bride's sister. I hope there's not any cheating in here because I really don't like cheating tropes, but we will see. This is just kind of one of those books that I'm going to take my time reading because this will be a palate cleanser whilst, if I'm saying the word right, whilst I'm reading the rest of these chunky motherfuckers. Okay? That's all. That's all. I'm not going to cuss anymore, I promise. I don't know. I can't promise you that. Let's move on. That's the first book I want to read this month. The next 3 books I want to talk about, I'm borderline about to finish, and I wanted to include it in this TBR because obviously I'm going to finish them. Specifically the third one, I really want to finish the third one. I felt like it was only fair to add these onto my TBR because I've been working on finishing them, and I didn't want to replace other books and give myself more pressure, if that makes sense. The first book that I plan on finishing this month, and I'm almost freaking done with it. This is going to be one of my favorite books of this year so far in that list, in that category, okay? The Dagger and the Flame by Catherine Doyle. Young adult, real enemies to lovers because she freaking stabs him in the ribs, okay? Real authentic enemies to lovers between a thief and an assassin. And let's talk about the fact that it has one of my most favorite tropes of all time. I was sent to kill you, but I fell in love with you instead. You guys, I wish I did a reading vlog on this. This freaking book It has got me on a chokehold. It is so good. Let me just tell you, this is how far I'm at, okay? I am almost done with it. I'm almost done with it. I have 2 hours left of this book. I'm on page 356. The book is almost over and they finally kiss. I am a sucker for a slow burn, okay? I am a sucker for a slow burn. That's all I'm going to say about this book. I have so many thoughts, so many positive thoughts about this book, but we will talk about it next month on my wrap up. We will talk about it and we will talk about it. That's all I'm saying. The next book that I plan on finishing, and I also plan on reading the novella, the Happily Ever After novella that comes after this book, is Pucking Wild by Emily Rath. Now, I will admit, I actually read the prequel that comes before this book last month, and I totally failed to provide it and talk to you guys about it in my wrap up for October, so we're going to talk about it in December. But you guys, this is a Why Choose very freaking steamy hockey romance between a physical therapist. I think she's a physical therapist. She's some kind of doctor to the hockey team, and her 3 men. Look at my face. If you didn't know, I'm blushing right now. I'm having such a fun time reading this. I will be finishing it this month. Moving on to the second book in this Jacksonville Race series. This is a series of contemporary Why Choose romances. And if I read the little Happily Ever After novella that comes after Pucking Around, I will be diving into Pucking Wild by Emily Rath, which is the second book in the series. And this one we're following Tess, which is the main female character's best friend in this book. And who knows how many men she's going to be dabbling with. But I will be reading this. These books are so fun. I'm having a great time reading them, okay? That's all I'm going to say. I don't know a lot about... Let me just read you the blurb on this one. Age is just a number, size doesn't matter, and love is love is love. Sold. This freaking book has haunted my life, my soul, my mind, my everything for the longest time, and I have refused to jump back into it. I started this book, I think, last year. I don't even remember. It's been that long. I started it a long time ago, and I put it down because I am chicken. I'm a chicken shit thinking that the ending is going to not be great, but I don't think it will. I think it's going to have a really great ending. But I need to finish this book, you guys, because there's so many other romantasy books and romantasy series out there that I want to start that have like 7, 6, 5 books in the series. And I feel like I'm cheating on this one because I haven't paid my dues and finished it. And if you didn't know already, that is Kingdom of Ash by Sarah J Maas. I'm going to finish it this month. I am going to finish this book this month. That's all I'm saying. I'm literally this far into it, like 60% into it. I need to get this done so I can move on with my life. And then maybe next year I'll start Crescent City and that whole debacle series because I don't know if I can jump into another Sarah J Maas universe yet. I do want to, but not yet. I want to take my slow time with it, okay? I need to finish this first though. I have to. Now, this book is probably going to be my only cutesy contemporary small town romance with the fall feels that you're going to find in this stack. Because after this book, we're going to read nothing but dark romance, dark fantasy. Because that's what we're feeling this year. That's what we're feeling this month in November 2024. I want to read Fall Into You by Lucy Score, and I'm so bummed that I bought this like 2 years ago, I think. A year ago. This just came out with a new cover. And this is a cute cover, but it's like an ancient cover. And I'm not going to buy the other one. Okay, I'm not. But here we are. I want to read this. This is a small town, cozy, fallish themed romance. And that's pretty much all I know. Young kids are great, he said, changing the subject. Don't be the sweet, I can't resist sweet. Gianna warned him. Your kids are monsters and I hate your face. What is that? Okay, it's Enemies to Lovers, Grumpy Sunshine. I think Beckett Pierce is the most eligible bachelor in the nosiest small town in uptown New York. But after his last girlfriend handcuffed herself to his porch and set his welcome mat on fire, he's not looking for any more romance, especially if it lands right in his own backyard and has miles of red hair. Gianna Decker has her hands full, now overflowing with problems. With 2 kids, a useless ex, and a brand new yoga studio, the last thing on her mind is finding a man who'll demand more for her time. Fantasizing about her hot, broody landlord mistake. Lusting after the sexy mayor of her new town. Terrible idea. Ooh, is this a love triangle? Getting naked with the favorite son of her father's new lady friend. What? And oh, getting involved with Beckett has disaster written all over it. Okay, I'm just kidding. He is probably all the men in one. Those stolen kisses were accidental. A few moments of strings-free, sizzling passion couldn't possibly cause any trouble. At least not until tempers flare, when their families complicate things and the interfering citizens of Blue Moon step in with their special brand of chaos. Small town romance, cute townspeople, grumpy, brooding landlord. She has kids, single mom. I love that trope. I love the single mom trope. It just hits different. I'm excited about this. Now, this author, I love her. I love her books. Her books don't have a lot of plot. It's all about the character building and the romance and the slowest slow burn romance that you will ever read in your life. But when the romance hits, you guys, you could be reading 500 pages of character building. But when she hits you with the freaking first kiss, oh my god, gold, okay? Gold. Plus, not to mention, her banter is amazing. Her writing is exquisite. I just love this author. She's not for everybody because, again, when you look up the definition of slow burn romance in the dictionary, the author's name is listed on there, okay, as the definition. Every year, I find myself craving her books, at least one of her books, in November. I just feel like they hit differently and they satisfy me when I read them in November. This is no different. The next book that I want to read from this author is Wait For It by Mariana Zapata. This is also the single mom trope with a grumpy, I think it's a romance between her and her neighbor next door who might be a firefighter. I don't know. I could be completely wrong. The back is so vague. It says, if anyone ever said being an adult was easy, they hadn't been one long enough. Diana Casillas can admit it. She doesn't know what the hell she's doing half the time. How she's made it through the last 2 years of her life without killing anyone is nothing short of a miracle. Being a grown-up wasn't supposed to be so hard. With a new house, 2 little boys she inherited the most painful possible way, a giant dog, a job she usually loves, more than enough family and friends. She has almost everything she could ever ask for, except for a boyfriend or a husband. But who needs either of those? So I don't know. I think it's her romance between her neighbor. And I don't know. I can't wait to find out. The next 4 books are dark romance, dark mafia romance, dark fantasy romance, and we are here for it. We are living that era. So the first book I want to read is Pen Pal by JT, oh my god. I know this author is so popular and I can't say her name, her freaking name for the life of me. JT Gessinger. JT Gessinger. I'm so sorry. First of all, let's talk about this freaking cover, okay? Look at this man. Look at these edges. It's blurry, but if you see it, it says, I'll wait forever if I have to. This book was not on my radar, even though I've heard so many great things about this. It wasn't on my radar for some reason. I don't know why. But then somebody said that there's a paranormal element in there. In this book, there's a paranormal twist or element. I'm sold. I'm intrigued. I want to read it, like yesterday. I think this is just a dark romance between a woman who has recently lost her husband and her pen pal? I don't know. I really don't know what I'm getting myself into, but I'm really excited because I heard really great things about this. The first letter arrived the day my husband was buried. It was postmarked from the state penitentiary, and it contained a single sentence. I'll wait forever if I have to. What? Okay, so it's a dark romance between a man, a criminal in a penitentiary. What did he do? And a regular woman? I don't know. It was signed by Dante, a man I didn't know. Out of simple curiosity, I wrote back to ask him what exactly he was waiting for. His reply, you. That sounds so romantic. I told the mystery man he had the wrong woman. He said he didn't. I said we'd never met, but he said I was wrong. We went back and forth, exchanging letters every week that grew increasingly more intimate. Then one day the letter stopped. When I found out why, it was already too late. Dante was at my doorstep. I'm like, oh no, is he gonna die? Okay, I'm sorry guys. I'm talking too much. I'm sorry. I'm excited. And nothing on earth could have prepared me for what happened next. You guys, I'm so freaking excited about this. It's gonna be so romantic. Already that first sentence was romantic. Like, come on, I will wait forever if I have to. Who is this man? I can't wait to find out. Also, I really like when books add letters, exchanging letters in there. Like, I love that. I eat that up all the time. So now I want to talk about mafia romance. I think this is mafia romance. Oh my gosh, I'm going to sound so stupid if it's not, but I think it is. And I've heard really great things about this series. So I have never read a mafia dark romance yet. And I think this is the way to go first for me because it's so dang popular. Everybody and their moms has read it and everybody has raved about it. And the feelings that come with this book are insane. And that is the first book in the Darkverse series, which is The Predator by Runix. I'm so sorry if I'm butchering the damn name again. I'm so sorry, you guys. All I know about this is a dark mafia series. That's it. That's really all I know. It says, what happens when an unstoppable force meets an unmovable object in the field of death? In the dark underbelly of the mob, Tristan Kane has been an anomaly as the only non-blooded member in the High Cycle of Tinbray outfit. He is an enigma to all, his skills unparalleled, his morality questionable, and his motives unknown. He is lethal and he knows it, as does Marana Batalio, the genius extraordinaire daughter of the rival family. Enemies to lovers? Okay. What Kane does with weapons, Marana does with computers. When a 20-year-old mystery resurfaces, Marana infiltrates Kane's house, intent on killing him, unaware of a tie that binds them together. Hate, heat, and history clash together with unexpected sparks. But something bigger, something worse is happening in the world, and despite their animosity, only they can fight it down. Enemies to lovers. Dark mafia romance. Sign me up, please. This book I'm so excited about because, again, it's one of those very popular talked about books. They say that the audiobook to this is so exceptional that is the only way that you should be reading it, and that is Lights Out by Nevessa Allen. I'm so excited about this. This is a dark romance. I think it's about a stalker and his fan. She's a fan of his. He realizes it and he begins to stalk her. What? Oh my god, where has this been? I can't wait, I'm excited. Now the last book, finally you guys, finally the audiobook came out on October 29th, and if you know what I'm talking about, you know. The last book that I intend on reading, this might go up on the list, who knows, is no other than Quicksilver by Kelly Hart. This is a dark romance fantasy with a shadow daddy. The magic system, I think, has to do with Quicksilver alchemy. I am so excited about this. He's also a tortured soul, so he's probably grumpy as heck and rude to her. Those are the best dark romances to me. When he's so stubborn and rude and grumpy and brooding, but then you see his little soft side come out. We love to see that, okay? We love to see that. So I'm so pumped to read this. I can't wait. I can't wait to pair this with the audiobook. I'm gonna have such a great time. So there you have it. Those are all the books that I really want to read this month. Wish me luck. They are all different, but they are all very up there on my list. You know, I'm just so excited. I think I say this every month that I'm so excited about my TBR, but I'm really excited about my TBR. And it's so funny because at the beginning of the month, I wanted to read more cozy mysteries, more cozy fall witchy books. Not anymore. I want to read a lot of fantasy. I feel like November is my fantasy month. I really want to read a lot of fantasy, dark fantasy books. I just feel like November is the best time to read them. Also December as well. Like you might be seeing a lot of fantasy books in December as well. We'll see. We'll see. I change my mind when it comes to reading, like I change my socks, you guys. You all know this, okay? You all know this. So there you have it. That's it for today's video. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button, and I will catch you on my next one. Bye!